Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about blood testing for concussion diagnosis. So right now we just diagnose concussions off the signs and symptoms that our patients or athletes have, like headache, dizziness, sensitivity to light, all that stuff. So this test tests our blood. So the blood is drawn within 72 hours. The scientists measure the blood and then they search for like distinct patterns in the blood to indicate a concussion. So the blood profiling process looks for a protein called tau, and when the tau becomes defective and fails at its function, the pathologies of the nervous system can develop, which would be signs and symptoms of a concussion like forgetfulness and stuff like that. And then this is one of the research that I found on it. This was the only picture I could really find of what they are looking for, kind of. So they're looking for those like distinct patterns. And then this is one of the quotes that the doctor that did this research did. We looked at a host of patterns and it appeared that those who suffered a concussion have very different patterns than those who don't. So, yeah. So how it works, the head injury occurs and then the rotational forces of the injury can damage the long projecting axons, and then the fibers that extend from the neurons can cause the tau, the proteins, to leak out, and then they test our blood and they can see the tau patterns. And then this is the first research I found. So they were testing for concussions in adolescent male hockey players. And blood was taken from 12 concussed and 17 non-concussed. They did the statistical analysis, and 72% was accurate in diagnosing concussions. And at first they took a lot of blood, and then they realized that they only needed not as much as they needed than they took. And then research number 2, they did the tau protein levels in collegiate contact sport athletes. So before all of their seasons, they took 600 athletes' blood, and then 46 concussed athletes and a control group of 37, and all of them were witnessed by a certified athletic trainer and had the signs and symptoms of a concussion. So in this one, 61% of the concussed athletes who weren't cleared to play for more than 10 days had significantly higher concentrations of tau in their blood than the other ones that were able to return to play quicker. And so for us as athletic trainers, it would definitely be helpful being 100% right about or diagnosing concussions. We would be able to estimate how long they would be out and having just a quicker diagnosis. So conclusion, it is not being used in athletics yet. They are seeing good results, obviously, from the ones that they have been. But like a month ago in 2018, the FDA approved the first blood test to help diagnose traumatic brain injuries in adults. I'm not sure if they've tried it in kids yet. It came out like 2 months ago, so I'm not really sure. And hopefully one day we will be able to use it to diagnose our athletes. And that's all I have.